Hello. I had people waiting. Oh my goodness. Hello, Alley Cat and Cat. That's kind of ironic. Hello and good evening. How are you guys? How is everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Hope everybody's feeling okay. And cool. Well, it's very interesting. StreamYard's doing, oh, it said 0, now it says 2. Okay, I think it caught up with itself or something. So it is really hot here in Florida. It's a very hot day. I think they had record temperatures for June. Although I wasn't outside very much today, so. But I am in sleeveless. I am sleeveless because it's Florida in the summer. Hello, you came to my live Tuesday night, I believe. And is it Volley? How do you pronounce your name? I'm curious. Thank you for coming, if I haven't said. And I have not done my intro yet for anybody watching on the replay. I could do that super quick. And then we can get started as soon as 7 o'clock if everybody wants. Or I can super quick. Well, anyway, it won't take long to do an intro. I'm going to back this up just a little bit. I don't see my door, but now you see more of me instead of just my head. Oh, okay. I wasn't quite sure. Thank you for that clarification. That was one of the things I wanted to say. Volley or volley. Yeah. I figured that could go of a couple different ways. Well, I think I might go into my intro real quick, which is, my name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and I'm a freelance editor, specializing in copy editing and proofreading for mostly indie authors, but also do some other things too. I specialize in fiction. Specifically, to be really specific, I specialize in speculative fiction. However, I have been known to do some work outside of that. So, and I am also an author, and I'm working on a young adult fantasy. That's pretty much it. And it's 7. So I can go ahead and get some things ready to go while we talk. I'll be doing a little chatting. I did not get around to putting anything on my lips, so I'm like, oh, I have something. You know, in a pinch, a little vegetable roasting, folks. Works wonders. Kind of like lip gloss. It was within reach. Okay. Just a handy little tip. And I'm just listening for my hands. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to grab one of Joe Ninja Hen's timers. And I had put in the description that I was going to do 15-minute timers, if that is okay. Unless you folks would rather have something else, but let me know. And whoops, wait a minute, 1 second. I don't know what's going on. Something's going on with my mouse. There we go. Why I was doing that, but I think everything's okay now. All right. 15 minutes sounds good? Okay. Okay, sounds good. I'm ready whenever everybody else is ready. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Hey, I've done that before, Kat. I'm kind of right next to it. It's basically my office outside of my my writing desk, which is currently not available, but that's a long story. So I've had to kind of work in a variety of spaces. But yes, I have done that before. I've attempted to do that before. I could probably do it differently now, if I think about it. I tried to fit in I tried to fit a large desk into a walk-in closet. Kind of worked, kind of didn't. It was really too small. But anyway. So yeah, just let me know when you guys are ready. And we can go ahead and do sprints. And do a sprint. I realized not too long ago that I will be on YouTube for 3 years coming July. I just didn't do much with it the first 6 months or so. And then I didn't start doing live streams until probably February. Late January or early February. So it's pretty new. Oh, you know what else is new? My glasses. But I'm babbling. I guess I was also waiting for people to respond, not just wanted to make sure because of the lag. Cool what, Alley Cat? Oh, thanks, Cat. Here, let me put that up. Thank you. Yeah, that's coming. So 3 years next month. And then I'm at 95 subscribers. So when I get to 100, I'll have to do something. My plan was to probably like during one of my streams do something. Thank you very much. Do a giveaway, I think, which I've done before. What I might do is to do what I did last time, where I give away a certain number of pages of proofreading. So I will probably do that again. So it's still getting used to my glasses. Excuse me. Well, I tried to eat my dinner early, so I wouldn't do that. Excuse me. Just let me know when you're ready. I don't want to jump the gun. But I want to be ready. You know what I mean. I didn't want to push the play button until everybody was ready. For a sprint, shall we? As Carol Brown says, shall we sprint? But it's there. I'm ready to go. whenever anybody else sings. But anything else going on? I just this evening I did a training. It was a webinar for copy editors. So that was really, really very interesting. And I can talk about that more later if anybody is interested. You know what I forgot to do? But I can do that during the sprint. Oh yes I did. Now I'm trying to remember if I did. Did I? Did anybody see me post in? Yes, I did in AuthorTube. I was starting to doubt myself. Oh, okay. All right, that works. Yeah, why don't I go ahead and get started? Because I wasn't sure. Shall do. In 3, 2, 1. I love that. Okay. Should we take these banners off? I think I might do that. At least take this printing one off. There we go. Okay. How did everybody do? What did everybody do? Get back into the chat. And let's see. Personally, I got all my documents open that I need for my work tonight, and I checked out my Facebook notifications, and I went and got my work planner, and just some stuff. Just kind of getting ready for this evening. That's cool. Oh, good job, Molly. Okay. But because you mentioned it's like the game, I remembered. Sometimes it is those little mental things that help you remember stuff, right? Good job. So, very cool. So I think everybody's been pretty productive then. I wonder if Kat made any progress on her decorating and stuff. And I'll try to get my head above that, or maybe I'll just remove it. Maybe I don't really need it right now. Maybe I don't. So yeah. So anyway, I got my, like I said, I got my planners out, and I got my documents open. I think for copy editing, I really do need fewer distractions. So I think I'll just actually do my copy editing after the stream is over. That way I can focus on it a little bit more. But that really seems to help me not have too many things going on at one time. Anyway, so basically what I use this time for is just basically to get organized. Like you, who was that? Let's see. Oh, Kat, that was Kat. So yeah, sprints are great for getting organized, getting my head on straight. Apparently. So I'm also thinking about some things other things I could do that kind of helps me with that. Maybe making a little art sometimes. Oh, very cool, very cool. That's always nice. So you're putting artwork up, you mean, or something else? I'm just curious. And sometimes wow, I'm still getting used to my glasses. Realizing where I have to hold things when I'm reading or whatever. Actually, there's something I might work on. Because there's a person that's having a birthday tomorrow that I was going to make a card for. So I might do that. Because I do make cards from time to time, art cards, and so a lot of times it's really the only place I talk about my art. Oh, that's interesting, Kat. Pictures and smart and little cards that spell idea. You know, I've been wanting to make some things with the words create on them. So I have stamps, I have like letter stamps and that look like typewriter font. I've been starting to use those again lately, and we're about to put sticky notes. Interesting, interesting. So like that sounds really interesting. But yeah, see, we're inspiring each other. That's good too. um, yeah. So I might work on that person's card also. A bit at least. Yeah. There's a door to my left that is my walk-in closet that I've used before, and it's a good portion of it is art supplies. um, Art supplies, and I've got like file cabinets in there, and so it was basically an office for a little while, but it was really too small. It's the smallest walk-in closet you ever saw. So, but yeah, uh, I've noticed one thing I've noticed in recent years is that although for a lot of writers, a lot of times they really end up being artists too, and I think a lot of us are creative in various ways. Um, and I didn't really think about that until say a few years ago, and I realized that I was more artistic than I really thought. I started making some things here and there. Mm. I have a stamp I think I'm gonna get out in a little bit. Yeah, I'll go get a stamp and where are my watercolor pencils? And maybe my watercolor pencils and some paper, ink. Yeah, same here. I mean, I don't do it very often, but I do it as much as I can because it appears to be just really good for me, And I was always one of those kids that loved to color, so that was very much so. That was me. Um, I very much liked to color when I was young, and I was very detailed at it. And it used to, my mother said that a lot. Alley Cat, actually, that's not necessarily what art is. For example, I often get a mental block when it comes to drawing because I always thought I wasn't that, so because I couldn't really draw certain things. Um, um, so I used to think that I wasn't good at art, but it's like it's like it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like when and you just let go, and you have like an image in your head and you just kind of go with it. It really is like I don't know. You just let go, and you let it happen, and that's when good ideas really hit. But it's photo editing. See, that's art. That's art. It doesn't mean drawing. You know what I mean. For example, what I think I'm going to do with that stamp is basically what a lot of people do is they take a rubber stamp or a similar stamp, stamp it with some, just black ink. But what you can do is you can color that with pretty much anything, and you can call that art. There are rubber stampers who do that, and they can be called artists. And also, what about photographers and photo editing? That's art. You know what I mean? I here. I just saw that a second ago. Oh yeah, there's something that I did. It was part of a card that fell off, but this is part of a card I had made about 2 years ago, and I just saw it. So this is a stamped image that I colored. So with watercolor pencils, and then I used a little water here and there to blend it. And so, and I still like it. I've, just kind of kept it because I thought I did a relatively decent job, So I tried, yeah, take it as a win. I agree. So, you know what I mean? It's like, and everybody's learning. Everybody has to start somewhere. So, oh, one thing that happened, I dropped my phone during that sprint. It wasn't in its case, but it's fine. Long story and a half, why it's not in its case. But yeah, I might pull out that stamp I left. And find something to color the stamped image with. Either watercolor paint or watercolor pencils, which I love to use. And I have a whole bunch of just colored pencils. Excuse me, I'm messing with my hair. But anyway, I can, let's see, set up another sprint if anybody wants. But I did start to mention earlier that I attended a webinar this evening for copy editors, and that was a lot of fun. And it had to do with speculative fiction, and it was very interesting. It was very interesting. So I've been in editor mode for a little bit. And now I kind of want to do some art before I get back into that later. So does would you guys like me to set up another sprint? Cat and Cat and somebody else. Oh, and Volley. See, I remembered. So just let me know when you're ready, guys. Let me actually go get that one. I have a better palette on my art desk. This one is a little older, but about people using Altoid tins as palettes and bottle caps. And then this is the this is the stamp I'm going to use. And anyway, I'll use that. And probably use either some gray ink or some black ink. Ready? Okay. I've got somebody saying ready, so I'm going to go ahead and reshare that. Thanks. I thought it was pretty. I thought it was pretty when I saw it, and then I kept stumbling upon it, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get that one day. And it's called Philly Sketch. So it's supposed to look like a female horse. It's supposed to look like a sketch of. So I think it's pretty neat. Thank you. So I think I still have a card made out of it a while back. Alrighty then, let's set this up. It should be ready to go. Alrighty. And 3, 2, 1, sprint. Okay, how did everybody do? To get a few things, and I went ahead and stamped it, and I haven't done much yet. But I stamped it, and I started putting a few dots on the neck to be like a dapple gray horse, if you know what I mean. So yeah. And what I ended up grabbing because but I did find my pencils eventually, but eventually, but this is a it is an ink pen that you can it's ink that you can use with a water and some brush, with a brush and some water. Yeah, that's interesting. um, so, that's what I was going to do. How did everybody else do? What is that, Molly? I'm just curious. Excuse me, I turned my water on here to start smoothing out these dapples a little bit. Let's see if I can. Make them look a lot more subtle. When you've got a roommate and they start making a lot of noise, or a family member, that can be very distracting. I can do this. I can completely understand that. Let's go. Jelly jar with a little bit of water in it. It's a what? A Legend of Zelda game? Now, really, so it's a specific game? Oh, I get it. It's been a very long time. Well, that's very interesting, Molly, because my younger brother used to play back in the 90s. So when he was, in his teens, I guess he was in his older teens, I guess, at the time. Oh boy, I'm dating myself. That was my younger brother. He's about 3.5 years younger than me. I wonder if I want to get a slightly bigger brush. It's been so long since I think I played it once or twice, but it was his game, so I don't remember a whole lot. But I used to watch him play it back in the day. I've heard a lot of things from the 90s really made a comeback, but I guess every 20 years or so. And then all of these things from the 80s have really been back as well lately, which makes me feel old because that's from when I was younger. And that's um, excuse me. That happens. You usually have to create a disaster in order to clean things. Yeah, I remember watching my brother play Zelda, like I said, back in the day, and And I remember being very interested in it. You know, I might have played it. I think I did play it. You know, from time to time. Making a little progress here on my coloring of my image. See, that's why I like stamps. From what you said earlier, Alley Cat, what you said earlier. See, I love coloring, but I can, you know, I can sketch sometimes, but mostly I like coloring. So that's why I like stamps. And there are art stamps. There are art stamps. And you could call this an art stamp. And I might put some more dots from my ink brush here, whatever you call it. I don't want to go overboard with it, but I want to use this as the basis of what I'm doing. But yeah, I remember being very interested in that because it sounded like a story. There was a lot of story to it, as opposed to a lot of things. And I think I have to remember where I decided the light is coming from. Okay, I remember. So I want a good portion of the horse's right side to be darker, because I've decided on the light coming from its left forehead, or it's going to hit the left forehead, so that the neck will be in shadow. The right side of her neck is in shadow. I sometimes watch art videos on YouTube. So, but I don't want to go overboard. I can always add more. I have to remember that. I think some of it didn't really stamp that great. I thought I had it inked up really good, but I can always fix things here and there. Anyway, it's just supposed to look like a sketch, so I have to remember that. But because I used what was I gonna say? Because I used a particular kind of ink, it's permanent, so it won't run when I use water with this ink. This is basically kind of like a coloring ink, or well, I can draw with it too, but you know, it's a little bit heavy-handed in this one spot. And this is watercolor paper. I think it sounds like we're just going to end up discussing lots of things, and that's all right. Right? I think this filly is pretty. But it can just be a horse. It can just be a horse. That would be a any type of horse. I kind of need a bigger brush. Slightly bigger. I have some small brushes because I do like to do small detailed paintings on occasion. See, sometimes I can basically draw. Painting is easier though than drawing. So sometimes I can come up with ideas as long as I let them kind of grow organically. This one, this is so tiny. I have done like on mini panels. I've done some painting. What is my husband making? I can smell something. He's making something. But I might also, what was I going to do? What was I going to say? I might also stamp this a second time and use a gray. I have this little gray ink that I'm not used to. I've been wanting to do that for this particular idea I've had for a while. But anyway. I know people mostly didn't come here to talk about art. Mostly about writing and work on their projects. So please forgive me if I do segue into talking about art in general. Starting on the main. So just like, because it's basically for using with water, I'm not putting much on. But see, I have to keep reminding myself not to set it down. That brush, it needs to be stored upright. And this is the bottom part of it, so it's the ink is here, and then you squeeze it to make it come out, and it's refillable, so, which is pretty cool. And again, it's like painting because it's a brush pen, but it's ink. But it's you can watercolor with it, so it's interesting. It's an interesting bit of it's an interesting thing to work with. The color would have to blend too much with the main. I want it to stand out a bit. But it's coming along a little bit already. So, anybody like me to do another sprint? It is almost 20 after 8 over here, down here in Florida. So, in the Eastern time zone. 8:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's been a while since I colored this way. I don't know how it was. Sometimes the first one doesn't come out as good. Yeah, but it's beginning. Mostly I've gotten the back part of the neck and some of the knee. I chose this stamp because this stamp, well, this card is going to be for my sister, who is she owns I'm just showing right now. I think she only owns one horse right now. But anyway, she is an instructor, and she does she does clinics, and she does a lot of things for a pony club of the United States. So both in her in Florida, and also she also travels to do some various things. So would you guys like to would you like me to set up another sprint? I can do that. I think it's been a little while for me. And I'm like, oh, I really did that wrong. I did part of this kind of wrong. But no worries. It is all good. I can always see what I can do to make it better. Right? There are no mistakes in art. Bob Ross said something like, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Am I wrong? I could be wrong about that quote. And his happy little trees and things. He had a great attitude, that's for sure, about art, and he thought, art's for everybody, and anybody can make art, and it's okay to make mistakes. So I think that's pretty cool. So one of these days, I gotta use somebody made a Bob Ross timer. Somebody. Maybe I'll look that up. Yeah, I think so. I have to look it up, but yeah. So I know what I smell. I smell popcorn. That's distracting. Oh boy. They must have made popcorn. Oh, was it? See, I haven't been on her channel in a while. Maybe that's why I'm not getting her notifications. I haven't seen any from her in a while. And I know I subscribe to her, so. That makes me want to. Okay, see, that's what's great about these original timers is that, again, you can make them your own. I'm also seeing Doll's 15-minute timer. Wait a minute, she made a new one. It's a winter theme. Actually, I think I heard her say that maybe earlier. Dahlia, the Winters. Am I saying that right? Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah, she made a Bob Ross 20-minute timer. Hey, why not, huh? Art is art. Oops. Pause. There we go. Okay. Come on. Here it goes. Now it's pausing so I can get it back to the stream. Yeah, why not? Now we're on to Bob Ross. Oh, yeah? Okay, I see it. I see some other stuff. Oh, she made that one with the laptop. Okay. 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 Yeah, let's do it. Let's do this. Okay. Yeah. Well, hello. Oh my goodness. That's okay. Thanks for coming, Sid. I appreciate it. All the ones who are watching now and may watch later. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Let's see. I'll say that now. Why not? We were just about to sprint, Sid, so here we go. You everybody ready? Give everybody a chance to respond because there is a lag. And Sid, I've been working on some art. I did not sketch this. It's a stamp. And so I'm coloring it. And while I'm thinking and getting my head on for later. Okay, let's do it. And looks like it's got another, like she tacked some extra seconds on, so that's cool. I'll just go ahead and click play. Okay, and we're done. It sounded like he was saying something at the end, but I had the sound way down, and I don't know. But I wasn't paying 100% attention, and then I had to go do something. Take that off. There we go. So what did everybody else do? How did everybody do? I just did a little bit more coloring of my image. This paper is very lightweight, so it's I'm doing. Been scrubbing. I was scrubbing a spot a little bit too hard, so the paper started disintegrating. It's a very lightweight paper, so I have to remind myself to use very light pressure when I am doing this. So I got a little bit more. I'm very slow when it comes to coloring, but I'll continue to add a little bit more to even drag some more of this color around. Spread it. I think it's too much. But again, I'm just trying to show that where the shade was in comparison to where the light's hitting, because I wanted the light to hit from the other side. So, yeah. But I'm very slow when it comes to coloring. That's why I am not a professional. No, I am. No, I have sold some artworks, but I'm not. It's not my main source of income, to say the least. So, what did everybody else do? Like I was saying earlier, all I did as far as preparing myself for tonight, that's cool, Holly. It's it's part of the process, honestly. And that's awesome. That's awesome. That doesn't that feel good when you've had a pile of something on the floor and then you finally make a dent in it, and yeah, it feels good when it feels like you have when you're finally able to physically see that you're making progress. It's a good feeling. Isn't it? Okay. Mostly I'm just practicing, but we'll see what happens with this little thing. This little bit of art I'm working on. This little bit of when you're using black paint in this way, because it's essentially black watercolor paint. It's called ink and wash, and you can put other colors of watercolor with it, but I've seen it a lot of black and white artwork done in that way. I have a book. I have a picture of a book. Is that around here? No, it's not. It's somewhere else. But um, I have seen ink and wash watercolor scenes, especially showing trees and like wintry scenes, that sort of thing. I'm trying not to lay too much color down at once because After all, this is a gray horse. And I don't want it to look black. So, trying to make this horse look kind of like my sister's horse. As much as I can. Not that I've seen him in, it's been a long time since I've seen him, so I'm just going by memory. But I can look at my sister's, maybe her Facebook page. I can see a picture. But anyway, yeah. And I've been thinking more about projects I will be working on later. What time is it? Oh, yeah. I don't think I'll do any more sprints tonight because I don't want to use up all my StreamYard time. I think I do want to stop at 9 o'clock. Sorry, folks. I just want to make sure I'm not going to go over my time because I am, yeah, that happened to me where I ran out of time. And so I had to wait for it to reset my time. Sorry, touched my hand. But I did get, I at least did work on that. Actually, it's not that bad, just like that, maybe. Because you can see a lot of light. If that makes any sense. I might drag this down a little bit more, but I might actually do. But I'm glad everybody had some productive time. I'm glad I had. I'm glad I had some productive time. Thinking time, and got myself together, got myself organized, got my style, got my work planners. And I got all the art done too, so that's not too bad, I guess. And Kat cleaned up her room and stuff, and it's been nice meeting you this week, Bali. I don't remember seeing you before this week. I don't think, but I might have seen you on somebody else's stream. Oh, no problem, Sid. And thank you for coming. Oh, thanks, Kat. You have a good night too, Volley. And thanks for coming. And Sid, no problem. Thank you for coming. And let's see here. Is there anything else anybody wants to say or before we go? The only thing I can think of is I'm still getting used to my glasses, which I got on Friday. They've got blue on the sides. So I'm definitely getting out of my comfort zone. And it makes me want to go get my hair cut. Although it kind of is inspiring some ideas. They kind of remind me of the glasses that what's her name on Supergirl a little bit. But you're welcome, everybody, for this, friends. Thank you so much for coming. For those who are watching right now, as well as anybody who's watching on replay. I guess I could go ahead and wrap things up by saying, oh, this is what I have so far. But it's all right. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Heather Dewey Pettit, and let's see. I am a freelance copy editor, and oh, hello, Alicat. I am a freelance copy editor and proofreader, and I'm also an author and sometime artist. Oh, no worries, no worries. And what was I going to say? Oh, as a writer, I am working on a young adult fantasy. It is a young adult fantasy that's based on some Celtic mythology. Yeah, that is pretty much it. No worries, Alicat. Thank you very much. So yeah, I do sometimes dabble in watercolors and stamps and ink, and sometimes I do like watercolory backgrounds for cards that I make. And I've been remembering to put Patreon on in my links lately, and I'm working on getting that sorted, as they say in the UK, getting that organized and stuff. So, and so one thing I was thinking of is, since for my clients, my freelance clients, I'm starting to send. Sorry, just looking at the time. I'm starting to send handmade thank you cards. So I think I would probably do the same for my patrons for as a welcome and thank you. So I'm just organizing those thoughts as well this week, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, sometimes I think of things after I think I'm done. But anyway, yeah. On that note, one more time, thank you very much for coming and watching and liking and subscribing and all the things. And okay, well, good night, folks. Right. Bye. Bye, Alicat and Sid and Volley and anybody else. Bye.